fear and shame keep you down in life. And I think that's like been in my head since I was like a kid. And I was like, don't be fearful, don't be ashamed of these things, just do what you gotta do.
We are here with Celeste, all the way from Toronto, known as BrickDaddyTO on Instagram. I know you're very famous on Instagram. You've been 5 years in the industry and are currently working with Arcana, correct?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So glad to have you here, and thank you for taking that drive. Would you say hour and a half, you said? That's not bad. When was the last time you were out of the city?
Honestly, I don't even remember. That
Really?
sounds terrible. Yeah, I don't know.
And you come all the way out to farmland.
Yeah, no.
I know. We're like, too funny. You get here, and what do you see? Chickens roaming around my property. You see Frankie and Johnny out there, Juanita.
No.
They're all out there. My neighbors. Welcome. So glad to have you here on the Masons Conversations. I know you've been following us as we've been following you. We love your content, so definitely keep that up. I know you said you fell off a little bit, but I'm sure you can get right back into it. We do like to start off with a very powerful question, and that is, what does blue collar mean to you?
Oh, man.
I know. You were prepared for this.
Yeah. I think now blue collar just like, I don't want to give like a wishy-washy answer, but like, I wish I thought of these answers.
No, that's okay. It's just like, for like blue collar to me is a community of hardworking individuals who, get up and get out there and work and in the frickin' trenches sometimes, out in the weather, like out in the grit, the grind, you know what I mean? Like it's hardworking individuals who obviously create everything around us.
That's a really good answer. See, this is why I needed some time.
We bounce off each other, okay? We'll bounce off each other. So, no, yeah. But, well, like, in just a couple words, what does it mean to you, Celeste?
I feel like blue collar, in my opinion, would just be the backbone of our society currently.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely. And, like, obviously, you keep hearing this out in the industry it's hard to find tradespeople.
Yeah.
And a lot of the general contractors I deal with, they're always having that issue, finding good, credible tradespeople as well at that, right? Because there are the Kijiji tradespeople too. So, but that's the thing. It's tough. It's tough, and we are the people who, like, you're in Toronto. Like, look at that city.
Yeah.
That is all blue collar. That city is the way it is because of the community we are part of, right? So it's a big deal to me. I know it's a big deal to Eddie. One of the reasons for this studio, for this podcast, for the Masons Conversations, is to help inspire the younger generation to join that community.
Yeah.
So Arcana, is it Arcana Masonry? Is that,
it's
or is it
restoration?
Okay, because that is your specialty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Restorations. So 5 years ago, you got into the trades and it just started restoration, just bam, right into restoration, or?
No, so it actually, like, I started at a hardscape company when I was like 20.
Okay.
And then my boss is like this like 80-year-old like Quebecois dude. And then he told me, he was literally like, it'd be hilarious. And I was like, oh, like, what is it? And he's like, if you did an apprenticeship. And I was like, why is that funny? Like, why wouldn't I do an apprenticeship? Yeah. And like years later, I now know he's like being like mildly sexist about it.
Okay.
And I like took it to heart. I was like, yeah, I'll do an apprenticeship. And then, but I was doing like interlock, okay?
Okay.
Which is like paver stones.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're on your hands and knees.
Yeah. And I was like, I literally had no idea about construction. This was like my first time dealing with construction. We were doing landscape mostly. And then I was like, oh, I'll find like an apprenticeship. Like he told me I could do an apprenticeship. I'm going to find it. So I literally typed like stone apprentice.
Nice.
Yeah. And then brick and stone came up and I was like, yeah, I'll do that.
And that's where it was all born.
Dude, yes. But
that's
I had
sick.
No idea what brick and stone was. I had no idea what masonry was.
So all because of those keywords that you typed in.
Yeah.
Masonry popped into your obviously your future now, right?
Yeah.
So that's so cool. So you did go through the apprenticeship though? You did go through?
Yeah, it was through the La Una though. So
okay, you did it through the union.
Yeah.
Got it. So like you went, I believe there's a bunch of different levels. I've never been through the program, so I wouldn't know. I know OMTC is one, like the Ontario Mississauga Training School for Masonry. I know there's one closer to us, which is the Conestoga program. I did not know that LaUna actually even had their own program.
They have like a bunch of like apprenticeships, and so Masonry is one of them. Of course, there's like 3 levels. And there's like one in Cobourg. That's where I started.
Okay.
And then there's the one in Mississauga.
Got it.
Yeah.
So all levels were done through LaUna?
Yeah.
They didn't send you to like OMTC or something after?
No, I didn't even hear about OMTC until like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how did you find out about LaUna though? Was that just through your keyword search?
That's what popped up. Yeah.
Really? And you're like, okay, this is it.
Stone.
Click.
Honestly.
Okay.
Oh, it was like $400. I'm like, oh, this is a good deal.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah.
Sick. We got coupons for this. That's awesome. And then what happened after that? Tell me, like, you know, like you level 1, here's Celeste. Like what happened? How,
it was,
you know?
It was sick. Level 1, first day, I get in there and I see like 8 other dudes and they're like hard dudes. Okay, hard dudes. They're not really hard dudes, okay?
Yeah.
And then they're talking about like building walls, and I was like, why are we building walls? Like,
what did I sign up for?
Yeah. I had tights on, I had running shoes, like, but yeah, I figured out that it was not interlock, that it was like masonry. And then I think because the teacher that I had very much like wanted to cater to the fact that like I knew nothing.
Yeah.
He like paid a lot of attention to me, and from there I think it was just like the love of like learning led me to just be very good at masonry.
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. And that, you know, that's growth is important no matter what part of life we're talking about, whether it's business or relationships or, you know, obviously learning new skills. Growth is so important, and that's cool how you just kind of went into it not knowing anything, but you were an open book.
Yeah.
And obviously willing to stay coachable. And I'm sure till this day you're continuously learning new things.
Yeah.
So, and then did you go right through to the Red Seal program?
So I think because I like fast tracked my apprenticeship, like I did the 3 years, 3 blocks, 3 levels.
Okay.
And then I did not have enough hours to write my Red Seal.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was a huge gap because of COVID, right?
Got it.
So I got no hours then, and then I had to start again. And so I think it was last year where I finally got enough hours to write the Red Seal, but I just haven't like wrote it.
Are you planning on, like, is that something you see yourself doing? Or?
Yeah, my boss is pressuring me. He's like, write that Red Seal. Yeah.
Nice. No, that's good. That's obviously good to have under your belt, right?
Do you have a Red Seal?
No.
Do you think it
I'm actually not even a bricklayer. So, yeah, I know you're like, what the fuck? Yeah,
Wait, are you lying to me?
No, seriously, I've probably laid maybe 6 bricks in my life.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So here's a little bit of my background, because this is about you, not me. Okay. But I started as a laborer and an operator, so running a telehandler.
Okay.
And I had many opportunities to become a bricklayer.
Yeah.
I just kept telling myself, do I want to do that? Like, I noticed sometimes bricklayers are sitting at home because of weather, blah, blah, blah. And I worked every day. I could have worked, if I wanted to, and there was times I could work Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
And I just loved playing with the big toys. Like, I loved operating the machine. And I've always loved heavy machinery.
Yeah.
So I got into the telehandlers. I fell in love, but then I got into commercial. So now I'm getting involved with tower cranes and the mobile cranes and hydraulic elevated working platforms. And I got to set those up.
Yeah.
So then it was like, hey, more toys. Why do I want to be a bricklayer? This is so much fun. And it just kind of happened that way. And I never really looked into becoming a mason. I just loved the whole setup, the organization behind it all. Okay. Because yeah, you can have the best masons in the world, but if you don't have your scaffold, if you don't have a proper organized setup, like what's a good mason to you, right? So I know you guys do a lot of your own setup, right?
We used to.
Used to. Yeah. That's right. So in our little preliminary conversation, you guys obviously use tube and clamp, like pretty much on all your masonry applications that you guys work on, right?
Yeah.
All tube and clamp, never conventional.
Like literally on a side job, I'll use conventional.
Okay.
It's because I rent it too.
Okay, got it. But the company that the outfit that you're working with right now is partnered with another company that they're special, like they have a division which is just scaffold.
Yeah.
So they supply the scaffold and they erect it for you guys, and it's you guys show up, get on the scaffold, away you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Because it's a little bit different with us, which I'm sure you know, like when I get a job, like I have to send laborers and operators out there first to set up all the scaffold. We don't have like somebody, we don't outsource it. It's all in-house. Set it all up, and then we get it ready for the masons to jump on it. But with tube and clamp, that's a whole different ballgame. I've never touched it. I don't know anything about it.
It's like the same thing. It's like you go out, you assess it, and then they go set it up, and then the bricklayers come.
But you've set this stuff up before, right?
Yeah.
And it's all just tubes and clamps.
Yeah.
But your platforms, are they like regular platforms? Or are they special platforms? Or do you put planks on it? Like what?
We put metal planks on it.
What is it?
Metal planks?
Metal planks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, have you never been on like a tube and...
Never.
No way.
Never. I always see them in downtown cores.
Yeah.
Or I always see them wrapped around like old cathedrals or like heritage homes. Like those are the only applications I ever see tube and clamp. Or a lot in the UK and like Australia. I know they use it like crazy.
You should step on some.
I would love to. I would love to just try and like assemble some of it.
You might be like changed. Because like once you do it, it's like it feels so much sturdier.
Okay.
Like a lot
like
safer.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it has like a lot more like there's a lot more give when it comes to like a building.
Okay.
Like you can wrap around in like a different way. You can access
That's
areas.
right.
Yeah.
You could do like some cool things like.
And you can even customize scaffolding. You can get custom pieces to fit certain areas.
Yeah. That's sweet. We're going to have to look into that, Eddie.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So 5 years in the game, all restoration.
No. A little.
Okay.
A little new build.
Okay, take us back then. New build.
3 months new build.
3 months. A whole 3 months. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And like it was like high volume production homes or... And was this was in the city or outskirts?
So I did it in Whitby.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what
I forget where Whitby is. I think it's on
so
the east end.
that's east of Toronto. Yeah. So Whitby, and then it's like Oshawa. And...
Yeah. So like that area.
Okay.
And I think I worked on like 2 houses before they let me go.
You were laying though?
Yeah, I was in the middle of 2 bricklayers.
Wait a minute. Did you say they let you go?
They let me go.
Oh, why?
They were like, we actually have an apprentice. And I was like, yeah, but I was sent to you here from the union and you agreed to have me as an apprentice.
Got it.
They just didn't want me.
Oh, that's sad. Well, that's okay. You realize everything happens for a reason. Maybe you wouldn't be in the position you are today if that certain scenario didn't happen, right?
God. Yeah.
So, is there a lot of people on your crew? Like I noticed in some of your videos that you do post, there's like a few people, maybe 2-3 people the most, or?
It's like, so sometimes we have big jobs.
Yeah.
And the big jobs would take like basically our whole team, which is like 10 people.
Got it.
And so I might be lying too. It might be like 6 to 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes like while a big job's going on, we'll take like parts of that team and do a smaller job like really fast and then go back to the big job. So mostly it's like I generally spend a lot of the time with like 2, maybe 3 guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's like when it comes to mixing your mortar and all that, do you guys just use like drills and do it in buckets? Like how do you guys do it? Talk to me. Tell me. I don't know how this works when it comes to the whole restoration side of things.
Yeah.
Like, because we have mixers, dump it into a mortar box, machine picks it up, throws it on the scaffold, we're shoveling it out, next box. Like, obviously what you do, it's a slower process.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have to use your Arbortex, get all the mortar out of the joints, and then, I'm not sure what exactly the whole process is, but then you have to like bag them or use.
We don't bag. What do
you do? Walk me through a process, okay? There's a heritage home that you need to bring that brick back to life. I don't know if you reinstall or do you guys ever like, is there sandblasting involved or anything like that? Like,
are you
talk
from
to
the
me.
ancient times?
Talk
I can't
to me.
believe. Okay.
Celeste, tell us.
So the first thing we do, let's say we go to a home and the homeowner is like, okay, our wall looks like shit. Make it look better for us. Make it look pretty. We'd basically, let's say we're doing a full repoint and then full brick replacement, which means we're just taking all like the shitty looking bricks and replacing them. we'll literally like, we'll repoint, not repoint, we'll architect first.
That's right.
Top to bottom. Yes, sorry.
I do sound effects too.
Yeah, because you gotta think about it.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
So we'll architect everything out first, and then we'll do like brick replacement at the same time.
Okay.
So then once everything's like fully like ground out and replaced, then we're gonna clean the wall. So we might steam clean it, might just power wash it.
Okay.
And then we repoint. And how we repoint, I don't know if you know what a hawk is. It's like those big drywall.
Oh, yep. That's right.
But they're not, they're called hawks and they're smaller. It's like a foot, 1 square foot.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we just use our slickers and we
Damn.
the whole wall.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
So how much mortar are you putting on that hawk? I'd be like, man.
Yo, I'm Jack. Like,
Yeah, like, do you switch the hawk? Like,
no, you keep it on one hand.
that's so, okay, you keep it in your left hand?
Yeah.
So your left hand's like,
no,
don't
because
fuck around with Celeste.
Because this is my trowel hand too. So like evens out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you've seen the guns that go on a drill.
That's sick.
You sick? Like good?
No, we don't do that. Because
Okay.
that's like a
What's the
cowboy.
reason? Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's a cowboy move right there.
Yeah. Because it's like not as precise. A lot of the times you'll be like smearing the face of the bricks.
Got
which
it.
we don't want to do.
Got it.
That's what we're using mortar that's like a little bit drier than like laying mortar.
Of
And we're
course.
literally like pushing it into the
You
back.
get,
like,
okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the guns. You don't know if it's going right to the
Yeah.
back, right?
And the way you know is like if you're like pushing it and it extrudes, you're assuming that it probably hit the back and now it's coming
That's
to the
right.
face. And it's just messy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool. And obviously you got a variety of slickers, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, and the thing is with heritage homes, the joints are like, fuck, they got to be like 1/4 inch or less. Like,
No, I think like
I see some crazy tight joints.
there's like very tight joints, but I think a lot of like heritage stuff is like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like you'll have like
Has a lot of
inch
character.
joints. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like down
Like,
the
fuck
other
it.
side, it goes so small. And you're like, dude, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
were you meeting any height? No, honestly.
Back in the day, like,
I mean, you could.
all the pork chops are bringing the vino to work and having a couple glasses, a break, a lunch, maybe some moonshine.
Wouldn't you?
We're not going to discuss that on
Okay.
air, okay? But yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I know.
A nice, a winter day. How do we keep
Yeah.
warm, right? Nice little shot
They
of
didn't have
moonshine.
like propane and stuff. Yeah.
Just some jet fuel, that's all. So, no, that's cool. So you guys, you mentioned steam clean?
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like? What do you guys use? You guys, like, I have a steamer inside my house. Can I use that?
Oh, I was gonna say you have a steam cleaner.
Yeah, I
Dude,
got
it's like 10 grand.
I got a steam cleaner, but I don't think it's the right one that you're thinking of.
We use Thermotex.
What is that?
A Thermotech is literally just like a giant
Like
steamer.
industrial
Yeah,
size.
yeah.
And this cleans the bricks like.
It just shoots out hot steam
Yeah.
and cleans the face of the bricks. So it's like
Cool.
not like the water, which is you're pushing like ton of water.
That's
on it,
right.
So there's a lot of pressure. It's just,
So if I wanted to clean all this brick, because I really do want to clean it.
do you really?
Yeah, like, should I use steam?
No, you should just pressure wash it. Sorry.
It's another sound effect we're going to take here for my mental notes. Psh means power washing, okay? And because like grinding joints out. We'll
It's
see what
gonna
comes
keep
as the episode goes on. We'll see what comes next. What's a sound of a quick cut? And what's the sound of somebody climbing some tube and click? Wait a minute. Do you guys climb it or do you guys have ladders, like special ladders?
Legally, we don't climb it.
Okay.
But
We'll have. I'll ask you that question off air, okay? No, but you guys have like ladders set up. No?
So there's ladders and there's steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So going back to the whole steam cleaning, blah blah blah. Then you're back. You're tuck pointing, joining everything.
Hey, oh,
Wait, sorry. Okay.
Tuck pointing is different.
What's tuck pointing?
Tuck pointing is like a traditional method of repointing. And so basically you're using lime putty. Yeah, and you're using like stopping mortar. So you put a base down first and then you put the tiny ribbon, which you like.
See, it almost looks like they were caulked almost. Some of these joints I've seen.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
No?
This is like much prettier.
Okay. You're gonna have to show me after.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've seen it. Maybe I have. I'm sure I have.
I think you have, and it just hasn't like
So
registered.
that's tuck pointing.
Yeah.
Though. And then just filling the joints with your slickers. That's just repointing.
Yeah.
Got it. So after you're done repointing, that's all done, and you tool your joints, right? Yeah. And then is that it? That's done, completed? Because you steam cleaned your brick, so I'm assuming you guys keep it rather clean after, like while you guys are.
Hope, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like not the case, and then you have to go like with a pressure washer and just do like a quick touch up.
Okay, got it. Cool. And then on to the next project. So what's the biggest project you've ever worked on with Arcana?
It'd have to be like our Markham Street project.
And what was that? Like, what was the structure?
Oh my gosh. You should see my Instagram. It was literally a gorgeous house. Like,
nice.
So it's let's say like 3-4 story home, humongous. They took the roof off. They extended it further. We did 2 additions. And we basically did like all the brick replacement around the entire house, and we fully repointed the entire house. Jeez. So think how big your house is, put another house on top and expand it. Like, anyways, so we had to grind out all the joints, and not only did we repoint it, we repointed it with a tiny bead.
A bead, like
a bead joint. So we'd go like with our levels, we'd get our like special tool, and we'd go along making a bead.
I gotta see this.
It's pretty. I can't believe
this is mind blowing.
It is.
I gotta see this.
Yeah.
I'm used to new construction.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I see every day, right?
Yeah.
We don't do all that fancy stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's cool. I love it. I love what you guys do. You guys bring the old stuff back to life.
Yeah.
And I do love old masonry. Like that's like the true artisans were the ones who did those cathedrals, like those huge churches. Those are mind blowing. Like, I love that. And you said you've never really worked on many churches?
We haven't worked on like any churches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But does our Arcana take those types of projects? So just like houses?
Just houses. Like, it'd be nice to get into like bigger projects like that, but I don't know what it like entails like for a company to work on like a cathedral or something.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. They might have to get like some sort of pre-qualification maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Cool. So obviously there's no machinery involved with your line of work. There's no telehandlers. You guys don't work with cranes or anything like that?
Sometimes, like, we had another pretty big project. We did the 2 chimneys on top, and we had to telehandle like skids of bricks onto the roof.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because obviously that makes it easier.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we hand bomb.
I was just going to say, what about the ones you don't have a telehandler and you have to get bricks out?
Okay, Markham Street, we built 3 chimneys, okay?
Yeah.
And literally up the stairs.
That's crazy.
It was fucked up. Yeah.
And how many bricks are you carrying going upstairs?
I think one chimney was like maybe like 1,200 bricks.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is literally the true definition of the Stairmaster right there.
This is not.
That's crazy.
I was not okay the next day, and I think
of course your muscles are probably screaming.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
An electric hoist, which is like
cool.
It helped us out a little bit. I don't know if you guys use that. I don't know.
No, not really.
You just.
So we have the telehandler on every single single job site we do. I have to have a machine on it.
Yeah.
So the only time we've ever had like a type of hoist like that is when we're using the hydraulic elevated working platforms.
Okay.
And if you're 20 stories up and let's say there is no crane, you don't want to bring that unit all the way down, then to load it, to go all the way back up. They have a hoist system.
Okay.
Which is basically just a huge winch with cable.
Yeah.
Go all the way down and you hook your mortar boxes up. Goes all the way up.
The mortar box?
Mortar box. Because we mix large amounts of mortar, right?
Okay.
So
wait, how does this not the hoist, the platform, how does it look?
I'm going to show you on my Instagram, like you'll see, because we use them on our larger projects, but it's essentially 50-foot base platform, 50 feet, and then the towers you can go as high as you want.
Okay.
But after 75 feet is when you have to start tying it in. So you can go freestanding 75 feet.
Okay.
Which is pretty crazy. Like the thing,
just
one tower.
Okay.
With 50-foot platform and it just rides it.
That's insane.
Like that. So it has all the guys on it.
Yeah.
The mortar, the bricks or the stone or the blocks, whatever material you're working with. And there's no raising planks. There's no climbing ladders. There's none of that.
How much weight can that take?
8,000 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
So they're used on huge commercial applications. Like they're They're used quite frequently, and it just increases productivity. It's, it's much safer. When the MOL comes around and sees something like that, they're like, okay, they must have had to, especially if they're rented from like the people, like the manufacturers of these units, they come with stamped approved engineer drawings.
Yeah.
And MOL knows that. So when they show up, they're like, okay, paperwork. We give them the paperwork. They look, yep, okay, back to work. So it's quick. It's nice.
Yeah.
With conventional scaffold, it's like, okay, where's your drawings? And usually we don't get drawings made up for conventional scaffold.
Yeah.
I imagine you guys do.
I don't know.
I see that's a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you would have to. I'm pretty sure with every project, when they go to price a scaffold, they put a drawing together.
Yeah.
And then they might have their own engineer who stamps and approves that drawing.
Yeah.
So if Ministry of Labor ever shows up, you guys have your paperwork for your tube and clamp scaffold.
I really do think there is.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be. But obviously, you're just up there tuck pointing and repointing and grinding joints out and making sound effects and doing all. Am I right?
Honestly, yes.
That's hilarious. So all the work is in Toronto. Nothing really outside the city?
I went to Caledon.
Okay, Caledon.
Yeah, and that was like because we did a project with somebody that used to work with my boss, and we just went to go help out.
Got it.
Yeah.
But you guys, for the most part, it's in the city.
Only in the city.
That's all right. And so obviously you're not traveling far for work.
But it's still like 40-minute commute.
Well, I was going to say, how the hell is traffic?
Yeah, in the city, yeah.
And you live in the beaches area?
Yeah.
Shit, eh?
But like,
you just
I can't.
TTC it to work?
No.
Bag of tools? Here we go. Watch out, here comes Celeste.
No, I don't know how people like get on the TTC with like all their stuff.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They do it though.
They do. I see
like fucking grocery shopping and everything.
I know.
It's crazy. But all the stories I hear about the TTC kind of worries me about getting on there, especially for a woman. Like, I'd be a little bit nervous. Maybe carry some pepper sprays, something. I don't know.
I like almost never take the TTC. And when I do, I'm like no headphones in. I'm like looking at people.
Aware.
Yeah.
Of all your surroundings, like everything.
But maybe I'm just being like.
Well, you have to be cautious.
Yeah.
You have to, because fuck, like you're some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And it's Toronto.
Hey.
I love Toronto. I love Toronto. Like, yes, I'm all the way out here in buttfuck nowhere with chickens everywhere.
Yeah.
But I love the city. There's just so much to do. Like, there's always something to do, right? You're never bored. You're at the beaches. Like,
so I just moved there, so I haven't figured out.
You're going to enjoy the summer, though.
I hope so.
I can tell you that much.
I fixed my bike. I was like, here I go.
There you go.
I'm back to work.
There you go. Put like one of those little wagons on the back.
No, I
do. Ring, ring.
Yeah, you need a belt too. Okay?
Little basket in the front.
No, not yet.
There you go. Put your little bag of all your slickers in there.
Dude.
Make it work.
My coworker, he literally like set up his bike with this humongous basket so he can put his tools.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably a workout on itself too. Taking all the tools plus yourself everywhere around Toronto.
Yeah.
Damn. So, weather conditions, you guys work in pretty much anything. You guys do tarping in the winter? Like, how's that look? Winter work.
So this winter, I feel like we were pretty lucky. We had a lot of inside work.
Okay.
But then when we did outside work, we'd make like little shanties and then we'd heat them.
What's a shanty?
It's a shanty.
What's a shanty? I feel like this is like an English like term.
No.
Like from the UK. A shanty.
A lean-to.
A lean-to. Okay, keep going. Elaborate.
It's literally just leaning wood up against the wall.
Oh, okay. And then you just tarp it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes, I don't want to like give the wrong impression, but like we do get like actual like tarping around our scaffolding sometimes if the client's paying for it.
And you guys use those thick tarps, like eagle tarps or like?
The white.
Are they thick though? Like they're heavy? Or I guess you guys would have a company doing it, right?
We have our company doing it.
Okay.
Well, the Johnson Playfair.
Yeah. That's right.
But it's like a thermal insulated tarp. It's not the fat ones that you're thinking of.
But they wrap tight around your tubing clamp, don't they?
The same thing. Okay,
and is it bungees?
And we bungee
Is there like a bungee system? A bungee cord system? Like,
I think it's dependent. Because one time we had like our whole scaffolding around this humongous house shrink wrapped.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's dope. Like we do our own tarping. Like But I really want to incorporate like better tarping systems.
Yeah. So wait, do you guys use a Eagle tarp, I guess?
No, we use shit like 20 by 30. Like I have them here in the shop. They're cheaper tarps. They're
literal tarps then.
Yeah, like actual tarps.
Okay,
yeah.
But that still works.
It does. And then we blast our salamanders and overnight. There, we have our indirect diesel forced air heat going because you can't have open flame overnight.
Yeah.
So you have these big diesel heaters just roaring.
Wow.
And then we come in, we turn those off back to the propane and the salamanders.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we do it. What do you guys use for heat?
We use gas, these huge gas heaters, and they're electrical heaters.
Oh, got it.
And then we run tubes inside.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Or sometimes like a small heater.
You guys would never use like propane and salamanders, like the ones that are like they're just kind of annoying. You go home and that's all you hear is a roaring salamander.
We do use those, but on like in the smaller shanties that I was talking about.
The shanties, I'm not going to forget. That's up here in the memory bank now. You guys ever like get, MOL come around for safety and anything like that? Never?
Like almost never. Like,
really?
3 years ago, I remember one time we worked in Mississauga.
Okay.
Yeah, but
that's still GTA.
Kind of, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. That far, but we had them come and they actually shut down our site, not because of like what we were doing, but because the building owner was not like following things that he was supposed to do, and they just sent us home.
Okay. Yeah. And that was the only incident.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Well, we have
some altercations. Really? Yeah. Well, huge new build projects, like they're, it's on their radar to come and check it out, especially like huge structures, like buildings, like low rise, mid rise, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a shitload of trades. They just come and inspect PPE, guardrails, ladders, fall arrest, all that shit.
Really?
All that shit. Tickets. They'll start asking, working at heights. Everybody's working at heights. Where are they?
Yeah.
Tickets. Do you have your license for the machine? Like,
is that good or bad?
It's good. Yeah. It keeps a good, safe site, right? Yeah. And if we have all of our T's crossed, I's dotted, and everything all figured out when it comes to certifications and our PPE and proper safety components with the scaffolding and machines are all certified and up to date, then we're good. Because if we ask for that, we give it to them. They're good. See you later. On to the next trade. So good luck to them.
Your machines have to be like up?
Yeah, they have to be like maintained, like, and you have to have like, like if you go inside my machine, my mechanic, he has everything goes to his phone on an app. Okay. So for oil changes, greasing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and all that, just like vehicles, you have to have inspections. You can't have an unsafe vehicle on the road.
Okay.
So exact same thing with machinery. Okay. So it's a huge cost to these things. Yeah, first of all, they're very expensive and then very expensive to maintain.
Yeah.
But we need them. We definitely need them.
I didn't know the Ministry of Labor goes and looks at that.
Oh yeah. They are the police of construction. Wow. They're crazy.
Don't do that either. Okay.
Lucky. But you guys, I see, like you guys are good with your PPE, obviously. No. When you guys are up on the scaffold, but when you guys are when you guys are grinding the joints out.
Yeah.
I see you guys are all masked up, earplugs, masks, like the shields and everything. I know guys who won't even they'll just go in there and just raw, just dust everywhere. Just yeah.
No, I think like we learned our lesson about that like early on.
Well, your lung.
Yeah, exactly. It's
your
like,
lungs are thanking you.
Like when you're like 40, you're not gonna be able to breathe.
Yeah.
Shit, like no.
Yeah. All that dust.
Other PPE. I feel like we're really bad with hard hats.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really see you wearing hard hat, to be honest.
Do you guys wear hard hats all the time?
Have to.
Okay. We have to too, right?
When we were in the residential side of things, and like, especially with custom builds, it's different. Like, we tend to take them off a lot. But all of our commercial projects, it's mandatory.
Yeah.
Like, we have site orientations. Like, I have to submit a whole package with everybody's certs before we even jump on there, jump on that project. I have to have all my health and safety all up to date. Like, so I have a company that I outsource.
Okay.
That I can call them and say, listen, I need you on site every 2 weeks to go assess the scaffold, assess my guys' PPE, all that. And it looks good on me to the general contractor because it shows that I'm taking my initiative to keep things safe with TMC Masonry and the crew and, our work surroundings. So I have to do that. And the general contractors want to make sure that all of the sub trades are doing their part. So that's me doing my part.
Yeah. That is
So,
very good, actually.
yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah, well, that was the only way I can really get into the commercial side of things is, we have to be a safe company. Like all of our equipment has to be good. Like we just bought a brand new machine and that also looks good on us because it shows companies we're investing in our equipment. We're not just using hunks of junk that are leaking oil everywhere. You know what I mean? So, and I know people do that, but when you get in the commercial game, like it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
Have you ever, what's that? Go ahead. You asked me the question. Go.
I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Who's the company that you outsource to like come in and do these like bi-weekly checkups?
His name's George. I forget the name of his company, but great guy. He came, we did all the training here in the shop, set up tables, chairs, bring the whole crew here, working at heights, Wemyss, all that stuff.
Okay.
And then he has a team of people, which he'll send. Sometimes it's a woman, it's a guy, he'll send them to our job sites, wherever I tell him I need them. Okay. He's the one who put our whole health and safety plan together. Okay. So we have like binders, duotanes, like all these things, like new employee worksheets when a new employee comes on site. Like we have all that stuff.
Oh, that's so good.
So very important.
All right, George.
So Georgie, I'll give you his number. Big shout out to Georgie. You're in Toronto.
Yeah.
Do you guys store like most of your equipment in like job sheds and stuff? Like how does that look?
Like for the site?
Yeah, like all your arbor techs and saws and these huge steamers. Like where does all this go if you're on one site, downtown core? Like do they go in the house? Do you have sea containers? Like what?
So most of it goes in job boxes, and it's either like outside the house if it's like a finished home inside.
Yeah.
And then we just like lock it to the scaffolding because like.
Got it.
Nobody's really going to go into that. And if somebody's like fiddling with it, like you'll hear it.
Yeah. But what about overnight? Have you guys ever had any like serious theft or?
So actually, are you ready? I had a job box in my truck.
Okay.
And I parked it at home. Okay. And this is just like a parking lot. And someone sawed off the panel right in front of the lock.
Come on.
Yeah, but they didn't get the lock and they just left.
They went through all that work.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But they didn't get anything.
No.
That's good.
But
good thing they didn't take that Ram either. Was it in the Ram?
No, they could take the Ram.
They could take the Ram. You guys could come back and take the Ram. That's
they
too
can't
funny.
even though. I don't think they could.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I keep hearing crazy shit. I told you about my vehicle.
Dude, it's 10 years old.
So, some people just take a car to go from point A to point B and then see ya.
Oh, that's so wasteful.
I know, but that's the world we live in, Celeste. Yeah. So what's like workplace culture like where you're at? It looks like you have a shit ton of fun. I know you do, but what about everyone else? Are you the only one there like
Oh, I'm the only one kind of like that.
Okay. You are promoting like Arcana essentially.
Exactly.
So
it's
a win-win.
Okay. I think in the beginning when it was like a smaller company, it was a little cuter and it was like slower pace, so it was kind of okay to do those things. But now it's like after we've partnered with like Johnson Playfairs, like I feel kind of like reluctant to like spend my time doing that.
Is that why you kind of fell
a little bit? Yeah.
Off a little bit?
And it's like I'm working with people like, so there's like new people also for Arcana.
Got it.
But they're like from Johnson Playfair, and I don't want to be like that in front of them because it looks kind of unprofessional, honestly. Yeah.
Well, and then you might set a tone where they're like, hey, like I'm going to start my own Instagram page and I'm going to be here on Arcana's time and Johnson Playfair's time, just going ham on the gram. Like
all of us doing TikTok.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
No.
I could see it. That'd be kind of cool.
It'd be fun. Honestly, you should do some TikTok.
Well, dude, Eddie, let's get this TikTok going,
TikTok
bro.
dances.
Hell yeah. I'm down. We'll do challenges, okay? You do yours, I'll do mine. Serious.
And they'll be like, please stop. Don't do this.
They might like yours a lot more than mine.
I can't dance for shit. So
come on. I'm sure you got moves.
No.
0 moves.
Like 0 moves.
0 moves from Celeste. So you're not going to find this girl dancing bachata, no merengue.
No.
None of that stuff.
Oh, this man dances. This is...
I love to dance. Come on. I have a serious question for... Actually, it's not serious. Okay. And this isn't like the first question. You don't need to prepare for
the
this.
first question, no.
I know, that caught you off guard.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what blue collar is.
Like, what the hell? Blue collar? I didn't wear my blue collar today. Was I supposed to?
Honestly, when I first started, I was like, what's blue collar?
Yeah. No, well, you're a part of it, okay? So,
What?
You are. Welcome to the blue collar mafia. What's the most bizarre thing you've ever experienced on any of your job sites?
And what's a bizarre thing?
Bizarre. Like, do you have like homeless people sleeping in your scaffolding?
Oh, actually, no. We have a lot of raccoons though.
I was gonna say raccoons,
but they're cute.
Yeah,
it's okay. But one time,
little bandits.
No, oh,
they look like little robbers. No, not you. No, they look like little robbers.
They're very cute.
Yeah.
Oh, the little paw prints all over the scalp. It's so.
And tell me, like, like, ooh.
Even if they do that,
really,
like, it's okay, baby. Yeah.
It's okay.
I get cut. I get rabies.
You're like, it's okay. I love them.
It's a hard relationship.
Love hate. What were you saying? Bizarre
is, I think we worked in an area, it's kind of like there was like a lot of homeless encampments like across the street from us.
Okay.
And then one time we came to work and like either the back door was open or the front door was open, and we lock up every night. And then everything was just like overturned. Literally everything was all over the place. They went through like the medical kits and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And the only things that were like stolen that we like noted were 2 knives.
That's it.
That's literally it.
So they just made a whole ruckus and disaster for 2 knives.
That's like the only thing that we could like place as missing. Yeah.
Winning, I guess. I don't know. That's fucked up. Yeah. Well, maybe they really needed it. So
yeah.
If you could teleport anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? And what would you do?
Maybe Barcelona.
Ooh.
Yeah.
España.
Yeah. It's nice. So beautiful.
It looks beautiful. I've never been.
Food, weather, all that. It's just like enjoyable to go.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, wait, why that question?
I like it. I like asking some questions, see what the answers will be. Sometimes people have some interesting answers.
Oh, okay,
so this is kind of how we close the show, Celeste.
Oh, okay.
Like, why you gonna step on that, huh?
Where are you going?
I'm just playing. Where am I going? I'm going to Barcelona with you. Oh. I want to go eat some paella. Let's go. We're running of the bulls. Let's do it all. Throw some tomatoes and everything.
Wow, you know a lot about this.
I love the Spanish culture. I'm Portuguese. We're neighbors. We are neighbors in Europe.
Okay.
I've been to Spain, but not Barcelona. I went to Vigo. Beautiful place. Like I said, I love the culture. The food is amazing. Very similar to the Portuguese culture. That's why I love it so much.
There's no like animosity? That's not a thing? Okay.
No. Maybe way back when, but
I
don't know, just drive right in there and what's up? ¿Cómo está? What's the most memorable piece of advice you've ever received, and how has it influenced your decisions in life?
Wow.
That's a powerful one.
Yeah.
That one hits.
These ones you should prepare me for.
No. You're good. This is on the spot. Let's go. I need an answer. I'm just kidding.
Most memorable?
Yeah, I'm sure you've had some memorable pieces of advice that took you to where you are today with skill set, mindset, whatever.
Specifically like in the trades?
It could be just life. Like growth as a person, growth as a tradesperson, as a woman in trades, like.
Honestly, I think maybe my mom, this is like cliche, but.
That's okay.
Yeah. But she was like, fear and shame keep you down in life. And I think that's like been in my head since I was like a kid. And I was like, don't be fearful. Don't be ashamed of these things. Just do what you got to do. So like, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you, Celeste Mama. Anyways, like being a woman in trades, like how is it? Like I've asked this question to other women, and I know there's more women getting involved, which is amazing. I told you at one point we have 5 women on our team, and one of my leaders is a girl, and she fucking kills it. Like you gotta meet Felicia. You gotta meet Felicia. Like you would love her. You guys are really click.
Okay.
And you know Peyton too.
Yeah.
She worked with us, but I did meet a lot of women as well last year when I did go to the Ontario Skills. Weren't you just on the panel?
Yeah.
Right? And how was that?
It was very cute. I felt like it was inspiring for like some girls that were paying attention.
Yeah. You said I remember you said there were some sleepers.
There was like 4 sleepers. I was like, come on. But
wake up.
If you're not interested in it, then it's like, it's understandable.
Yeah.
And
then why the fuck are they there? Like somebody dragged them there.
No.
Oh, okay. To miss school.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like I loved when I was there, I literally just networked like crazy. I met a lot of great people. I still have their information, still connected with some people.
Yeah.
But you were right up there. Like, did they give you the microphone?
Oh, they gave me the mic. They shouldn't have given me the mic.
That's awesome. That's sweet.
And we had like 2 girls come up afterwards and just like chit chat with us, which was like so cute. Like nobody's
okay. They didn't do that last year.
No, they were awesome. So adorable.
That's awesome.
Like, thank you for doing this. My dad's a mechanic. I don't want to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, do whatever you want. Like,
yeah. No, but they look up to you, obviously, being in the trades, right? And I say the same thing to Felicia too. Like a lot of women look up to her. She said a lot of women reach out to her.
Oh, actually,
there's a bunch who are starting their own companies, reaching out to her, like just asking, you know, how is it with the pressure? Like, is there pressure from men and this and that? Like, at the end of the day, you have to own you, right?
Yeah.
And you have to stand your ground, and that's what Felicia does. Like nobody walks all over Felicia.
I can tell.
She's really good at what she does,
Yeah.
and she's really good at giving direction and guiding people in the right direction.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it'd be really cool. Like we would love to do a round table, get all you girls out here, and just have a huge discussion, because at the end of the day, like we are inspiring more individuals into the trades, and it would be cool for even more women who are watching this or listening to hear it from the women themselves, right? Yeah. So I think that'd be cool.
So you should do it. I'm so down.
We're doing it. We're penciling you in for that, okay?
Okay.
So as you know, our mission with this podcast is to inspire the next generation to explore the world of trades, just like we kind of touched on there. What advice could you share with them to help them recognize the rewarding potential of this industry?
I think specific to me would be the fact that I'm doing like heritage, and that's something that's going to last like generations. I very much I love being a part of it. I love that everybody in my company is like-minded. We're all passionate about like masonry, especially like the upkeep. And that way, like years to come, we can look back and be like, oh, like I fixed that. I built that. And it's like, for your kids.
Yeah, for sure. No, I can relate, because masonry stands the true test of time. Like, it's, you know, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But what's cool is like you guys are working on what's already old.
Yeah.
And bringing it back to life to last another 100, 200 years. Like, what's the oldest project that you've ever worked on?
Probably they're all like within the same like 1890s.
Okay.
Like that's like the oldest that we've worked on.
1890s.
Yeah. Okay. So that's like 130-ish.
Wow.
Yeah.
You probably find some cool shit though when you're opening up these wells.
Gosh. Yo, my boss has found like a plumb bob.
Really?
Yeah, I think I remember the story, and I'm like,
sick, an old school plumb bob.
Guess what I found?
What'd you find?
Underwear. It was so, I pulled it on, like, no way. Yeah.
Like some old granny panties? Like...
No, like dudes, like big old underwear. And it was like massive too.
This is a big man.
Yeah. Why is it behind the wall?
There's something going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm like, is there a brick there?
Yeah, it's fucking Hershey stains all over. I'm just kidding.
They were like dirty. But
you know what?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. And that's how we're going to close the show, is with some dirty fucking underwear. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Celeste, for being a part of the show. I can't wait to show everybody this episode, so thank you.
Well, thank you so much.